In this video, we're going to talk all about Table A, item number 4 of the 2021 Land Title Survey Standards, or people call them ALTA surveys. Table A, item number 4 is gross land area. You're going to know everything you want to know about gross land area by the time we're done with this video. So, what does Table A, item 4 actually say? Here's what it says, and I quote, gross land area, and in parentheses, other areas if specified by the client. All right, that's what it says. Right, it's short, it's one sentence. What does it mean? So let's break that Table A item down a little bit. So gross, it says gross land area. That includes land under right-of-way held as easements and non-buildable areas. So if your county road is held by an easement, the surveyor should include the area under the county road because it's gross land area. It's not net land area. It also includes all the areas that you can't build on. So you can't build in the county road, you can't build in the building setback, you can't build in the riparian habitat along a creek probably. So if you're worried about buildable area, or even, for example, if you're buying an ag parcel and you're worried about cultivatable area, that is not what Table A item 4 is for. It's for gross land area. Now, it does say that you can request other areas. We're going to talk about that in a minute. So gross means everything, right? It's everything in the kitchen sink. Gross land area. Okay, it's land area, not buildings. Land, right? That's what Table A item 4 is for. It's for the area of the land, not the buildings. If you want the buildings, that comes in a different section. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, and then as I mentioned, the Table A item 4 says you can ask the surveyor for other areas. There's other kinds of areas that you might care about as the purchaser of a parcel or as the bank that's going to finance a parcel. So you might want to know what's the area of the buildable envelope, what's the area outside of the flood zone, what's the area outside of the conservation easement, right? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There could be different kinds of areas you want to know about. Okay, so we broke that Table A item down a little bit. Here's just some notes from a land surveyor on that Table A item, some things to think about. Again, Table A item number 4. If you're going to request other areas, you need to do that ahead of time, and it's okay to do that. It's okay to tell the surveyor, hey, we'd like to know how much of this parcel is outside of the flood zone, or we'd like to know the area of the land that's inside the building setbacks. What can we build on? It's okay to ask for that. Do it ahead of time. If you ask after I've given you my proposal and my fee estimate, I'm going to get irritated probably. So make sure that you do that ahead of time. Be very specific. Another problem that we occasionally run into is folks that want us, we're surveying a 230-acre parcel and they want us to show the area to the 1/100th of a square foot. We're not going to do that, right? So we're not going to express area to a level of precision that we can't reasonably do based on the survey. As a general rule, we'll do 1/10 of an acre. If it's over an acre, we'll do to the 1/10 of an acre. If it's under an acre, we'll do maybe to the nearest 10 square feet. Depending on the situation, but don't go crazy and ask for the area 8 places past the decimal point, because a good surveyor isn't going to do that for you. Another note is that if the surveyor can't resolve the boundary of the parcel, he may not be able to give you an accurate area, or she may not be able to give you an accurate area. So we can't always resolve every boundary. We almost always can, so 95 or 98% of the time, but occasionally we get a parcel that's so dirked up that we just can't resolve the area. We had one of these come up in my shop last year. And so just keep in mind, if the surveyor, if she can't resolve the boundary, she's not going to be able to give you an accurate area. The areas of major encroachment should be noted. So the surveyor is going to give you the gross land area, but if there's a large portion of the parcel being occupied by one of the neighbors, he should probably, or she should probably break that out for you, give you the gross land area and then the area that's occupied by the neighbor and what's left over. And then finally, I just wanted to point out that if you're concerned about building areas, those are in Table A item 7B, right? So that's not covered in Table A item 4. It's covered in Table A item 7B, and we will talk about that in another video. There you go. Now you know all about Table A item 4. As a general rule, it's always checked. I don't know that I've ever done an ALTA survey where that hasn't been checked. So it's pretty typical, and it's probably an item that you want to include in your survey. Just don't forget, if you want other areas besides the gross land area as part of Table A item 4, make sure you communicate that with your surveyor before they prepare your proposal.